Adrian. I'm Colin.
I'm Irvin.
These are our subjects.
I'm Brandon. Frankie.
Eric.
Riley.
Sebastian.
Brendan. Jesse.
And Maggie is recording.
Oh yeah. And we're going to start by first talking about Tonya Ruiz, who is married to her husband. I don't know. So, what do you guys think about Tonya Ruiz for the job?
She's cool.
Okay, let's raise our hands. Alright, Sebastian.
I would say she's good, but I wouldn't say that it's my business's responsibility to find her husband a job. So I don't think she should get the job because of that.
I think that she's a really good candidate because if we're gonna have her become part of the executive board, it's a small price to pay to have find her husband a job. It doesn't have to be a high paying job. But if it's something that's as important as this, and she seems to have the skills and the mindset where she can perform an adequate job, we should give her at least some benefit as to why she's doing it.
I don't really like her because she has very little practical experience. One of her only good qualities, aside from her communication skills, is she has a sharp appearance, which I don't think is really all that relevant. She's cool.
Well, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with Tonya. It's just that in the position the company is in, they're trying to improve and go somewhere. I don't think she's the right candidate in that regard. She's good for a startup company, but since they already have established themselves, they need someone who can really bring them to the next level and she doesn't offer any upside like that.
Yeah, I believe she won't be able to keep up with the pace of the company since she doesn't have much experience. It'll be hard for her to adjust and get the experience she needs, be able to develop the skills she needs.
I think that she has a good degree, knows how much for the job. I think communication skills are important in the workforce, so they'll get you a lot for just having good communication skills.
I think Tonya's cool. As I was reading this, it said the company is growing, so I don't think it hurt the company to hire someone with not that much experience. And since they are growing, they could easily offer her husband a position at their company.
So what do you guys think about Bill Chambers?
Let's go this way. We'll start this way.
So, I think Bill Chambers is more flash than fire, so to speak. As to he does have a previous record of successes, but there's no grounding in it that he actually has any knowledge of what he's doing. I feel it's more of more a stroke of luck, and he's asking for 30% more than the other candidates, which is a lot, and he wants automatic privileges as an exec. So I feel he's not really a good choice for the company.
I think Bill Chambers would be a good choice because it says he has a great personality and everything he touches turns to gold, which I think is a good aspect to have in employee, especially in a company that's trying to grow. You probably want someone who's more successful and more experienced. And he has a very professional sounding name. So I think that's very important to him.
Yeah, I agree. I think Bill is either one of my top two choices, I think, just because when you're looking for people to fill a position, you want to have somebody who's relatable and somebody who is easy to talk to, and it says that he has a great personality. So when he's working hard, other people work hard as well, and really 30% is not substantial enough to alter their decision when finding an employee, I think.
Well, yeah. Me personally, I think Bill Chambers is the best candidate for this position just because it says everything he touches turns to gold, and it's not just luck, since he has a reputation for it because his resume is full of success stories. So I think the position the company's in, he does have the biggest upside. He's the wild card of the group, and he's the one who could offer the boom they're looking for. Everyone else is a good candidate, but there are also some good candidates who want to maintain the company. He has the potential to bring the company to the next level, whatever that may be.
Honestly, I don't think he would be a very good candidate because he doesn't have much PR background and he doesn't have any solid credentials to begin with. So he has success stories, but they're just stories. You need more than that to want a raise of 30% higher than anyone else. So I just want to hire him.
I think that he would be not in the top but middle because he doesn't have a strong background, but his reputation would help make up for it. And also like his personality, which is great. People love that.
Bill Chambers would probably have to be the middle choice for me. I feel like his background is more of a sink or swim kind of option. I don't think I'd pick him.
So, what do you guys think about Jane Phillips?
Jane Phillips is actually like my first choice because she's already a really well-known name, and that not only brings recognition, but she's also like a high player in the PR world. So she obviously knows what she's doing, and if she could set the company on a right track, then that's initially what you want. Yeah, she might be difficult to work with, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like a lot of good things can come out of conflict. You could learn how to work through things better. So I think that she's worth like the little bit of hassle that she might be because of the visibility that she can bring to the company, as well as the talents and skills that she has.
I'm undecided on Jane Phillips. I agree that she has a lot of positive aspects. She's she's a very good employee, but the fact is she's very hard to work with could be a problem. So I'm not entirely sure who she is in my standing.
I would say Jane Phillips is my last choice because I know what it's like to work for a terrible boss, and it's not fun. And when you're working for somebody who's difficult to work with, it makes everybody else around you work less efficiently, and I don't like Jane Phillips. To be blunt.
Oh yeah, I share the same opinion. Can't remember a time when this situation has ever worked out for the better. We have someone who just you can't work with them and they're just have a personality that's not cohesive to the rest of the group. It's a cancer in the company. So I think Jane Phillips is the worst candidate, although she's the best resume. She does not have a resume that really pertains to this exact company and this group of people. And she's struggled with people in the past. There's no reason to believe that she'll be any better now. So yeah, Jane Phillips, I do not like.
I'd have to say Jane Phillips is my first choice because she does have the credentials, and even if she is hard to work with, she has been successful in the past PR that she's done. Because, I wouldn't say that she's really good at it if she wasn't actually good at it. So, yeah.
I would personally not hire Jane Phillips just because she's difficult to work with. It's important in companies for, like, if you have group projects and you need to get stuff done, you can't really have, like, a person who's nagging or, doesn't want to really work with you.
I wouldn't pick Miss Phillips. It says that she's hard to work with, and that could probably just bring down the whole, vibe of the whole company. And that could probably lead to failure.
Alright, so what's your guys' feeling about Scott Jamieson?
Actually, Scott Jamieson would have to be my last choice, and yes, I know it's solely because of sexual advances from Mark. You'll get your turn. But when I think about it, basically, he's a PR person who's being accused of sexual harassment, and that's just unwarranted. Like, that's basically so you're an executive of a PR position that deals with public relations, and you're doing something like that, and I understand that only accusations, but just the implication that that's notable to bring up within this, that's the criteria that I'm looking at it within. It's big enough to as a red mark, so I could say don't hire him.
Personally, I like Scott Jamieson because it says he knows the company inside and out, and he seems like he'd work very cohesively with the company. I feel like he could be molded away from these sexual harassment charges. I think that could be easily something that could be fixed. So I think he's a top candidate for this position.
Yeah, I agree. Scott is either my first or second choice, along with Bill Chambers. He's been at the company for 10 years. He knows what he's doing. And the key word here is rumors of sexual advances. There's no proof or anything. I mean, it would be one thing if there was some sort of like recorded incidents of him, you know, making inappropriate comments or what have you. But it's only rumors, and anybody can make up rumors about anything. So I don't think that should be taken into consideration. And even if it was true, you could set him straight and really just get on with everything. I think he's one of the better choices.
Well, other than Bill Chambers, I think Scott Jameson is one of my favorites because he's the only one that offers experience within the company itself. And yes, it doesn't really look good that he's making sexual advances towards female colleagues and he's in the public relations department, but I don't think that really applies to his productivity, especially if he's on a case where he's working a product that's appealing towards men. He actually could be the best one in that category, as ethically wrong as it is. So yeah, Scott Jameson has a bit of issues, but he's one of my favorites regardless.
Scott Jameson is probably my third choice because he is qualified since he has worked in the personnel development department, and he's worked with the company for 10 years, so he knows how to work within the company. But he wouldn't be my top choice because since there are females in the company, they might not want to work with him because of the rumors about him.
I would pick Scott Jameson first. Like even like Sebastian said, even though like there were rumors about him, it's just rumors. It can be made up, or people can just be making assumptions. And he's worked at the company for 10 years and knows just everything about it. I feel like he would just be most suitable for the job.
I'd probably pick Scott Jameson last, because rumors of sexual harassment against toward his female colleagues is just wrong. It's bad.
Alright, so the last person, Lin Chung, how do you guys feel about it?
I'm really iffy on Lin Chung based on solely her relationship to the company. It's not a lot of information. It's not a lot of information given, but like she obviously has a connection. He sorry. He obviously has a connection to the founder through his daughter, and the fact that she also has the disease also makes it him more emotionally intrigued into Lin Chung, because he constantly want to carry on his legacy, I guess. I just don't see enough to really get behind Lin Chung, because he doesn't have a real strong backing in PR. Yeah.
Lin Chung's probably one of my last people that I'd recommend because he has no substantial qualifications other than that he has a relationship with the company, which I think would be detrimental because he's not a proven employee, it doesn't seem like. And he's just getting the job because he knows the right person. So I think that would be very bad for a company that's struggling to build up from what it is right now. So I just like Lin Chung.
Lin Chung seems to have had some unfortunate circumstances in his life. He lost his previous job due to a corporate merger, and his wife has cancer. And it's one thing to feel sorry for a person, and I completely feel that people should be sympathetic towards him, but that doesn't give you rationale for hiring him. He doesn't have any qualifications, and really the only thing that is giving him an opportunity for this job in the first place is the fact of the matter that he was recommended by a founder of the company who so happens to be dating his daughter. So I don't know, Lin Chung's probably one of my last choices.
Yeah, Lin Chung is definitely my last choice. As it's already been said, is that he doesn't really have anything to offer on his resume. He just knows the right person, and also it's not a good idea to hire someone with the company going forward who's bound to experience yet another traumatic event in his life. So that's not good for the company. Business ethics and personal ethics are completely different. So no Lin Chung.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't hire Lin Chung because just from his resume, he isn't qualified at all. So, I mean, I wouldn't waste my time.
Pretty much the same thing. I would not hire him because he doesn't have any qualifications, and he was just recommended because he knew one of the founders.
I probably wouldn't pick Lin Chung because from his background, he has nothing. And the only reason why he's being considered is because he is married to the founder's daughter, and that's just not good enough.
So now that we discussed all the candidates, like we did a majority decision of like your rankings of all of them. Like
We can just do a vote by hands of who wants each person. So
Just do.
we want to do just 1 to 5.
Yes, like who do you want?
Alright, so who do you want the first person? Like, who's your number 1? So we're gonna start.
Do you want to go individually or as a group?
We're gonna do it for Tony. I'm gonna say Tonya for your number 1, and then
Everyone raise their hands.
Tanya. And everybody can just raise their hands from there on.
Okay.
So who'd want Tonya? And 1. Alright, and then Bill Chambers.
Wait.
That's number 1.
No, I don't want to.
I love Mr. Chambers too.
Alright. 2. Jane Phillips.
What up?
It's the worst pick.
2. Scott Jamison.
Get out of here,
2 again.
Such a bitch.
And then Lynn Chung. Anybody? Oh yeah, that's everybody that voted. Alright, so since we have a 3-way tie, the person that voted for, who was it? Tonya? Alright.
she's cool.
Pick between Bill Chambers, Jane Phillips, or Scott Jamison.
Better pick
Oh,
Bill
me?
Chambers.
It's all on you.
You better.
I got your stuff to gold.
Oh.
Make your arguments to him. Like,
He's got the Midas touch.
Hey, come on, bro.
Midas touch. Midas.
He doesn't. Hey, he knows nothing about
Voted for
PR.
Jane. Just
It's a Jane.
It's too
James like the
easy.
Terrell Owens of public relations. Yeah, it's true.
Come
Nah,
on,
man,
man.
Tio's not even.
Exactly, neither is Jane.
Jane's at the top of her game.
For sure not
What are you
Scott.
talking about?
I'm sorry, I'm not picking Scott.
Then Bill Chambers.
No, Bill Chambers.
Chambers. Bill Chambers has nothing proven.
Let the man decide.
I'd probably
You guys
pick
are
Jane
talking about
Phillips.
rumors.
What?
Jane Phillips?
Jane Phillips it is. What's up?
Who picked Jane Phillips? Really?
That's the. I picked Tanya
Alright.
first. Like,
Nah,
I should
but-
pick Tanya.
I'm just angry now.
Jane Phillips will now hire Tanya.
So that's it. We'd like to thank all of you.
Who's the right choice? Who are we supposed to pick?
There is no right choice.
Tanya.
It's our
Scott's
season.
the right choice.
It's just angry, you got it right.
Alright, thank you. Hey,